Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, and thank you for watching. If you're a fan of rock music, this is a video for you. So play it loud. And it's also probably one of the greatest intros to a rock track, particularly live. The band is Status Quo, and the track is Caroline. Before we get to that, there's a kind of a little quiz here that I'm going to do at the end for all you Status Quo fans. And I'm going to give you a clue by playing a track of theirs from way back in 1968, I think it was. So this is Status Quo Pictures of Matchstick Men in 1968. And a lot of bands that were emerging through that kind of late 60s period were in this kind of hippie, prog rock type sort of setup, really. And you can see with the kind of outfits they're wearing and so forth, very much like the Kinks and that sort of thing. And that's where Status Quo kind of started, really. We'll come back to the full history of the band and that quiz at the end a bit later. But these were good musicians and they evolved. And this, I think, is one of their great tracks from 1973, I think it was. Just the intro and the rest of the song. Incredible. After this, I've got two more live versions that I want to show that lead into the kind of the quiz. But I also wanted to pay tribute with this video from 1973 from Top of the Pops on the BBC in the UK. And the four, I guess, real kind of rock members from that period. Francis Rossi on guitar and singer. Alan Lancaster, who's on the bass. There's John Coghlan on the drums. And there's Rick Parfitt on the rhythm guitar. I was a little bit too young for Status Quo. Never saw them in their early years. But I had friends who had older brothers and older friends who used to go and see Quo. And it was all double denim, heavy rock. And everyone was just how incredible they were. And I also remember a friend of mine, when this track was on Top of the Pops and was being played on records, he used to tell me how if you listen carefully in the solo part, you can hear the hands slide on the electric guitar. It's always stuck with me with this track. This was just guitar rock at its best. And what a track from 1973. I'm going to show a couple of live versions which just show how incredible this band were live. They actually started, the first formation was in 1962. And it was Francis Rossi and Alan Lancaster. And I think they called themselves the Paladins. And then I think, around 65-ish, they met John Coghlan and Rick Parfitt. And they had a short period where they called themselves the Status Quo for a couple of years and then just went back to Status Quo. What an incredible, incredible band. I want to show them live, and this is the start of the quiz, really, because Caroline was often their opening song as they came on stage. And there's a little motif of music that's played at the beginning that's just worth listening out for. It's very subtle, but they always used it. Like a lot of gigs in the 70s with big bands, this massive wall of amps at the background. It's no wonder so many of them lost their hearing later in life. The band obviously had a number of changes, and the two main members that kind of carried on really were Francis Rossi and Rick Parfitt. Sadly, from the original four that I mentioned, there's only two of them left. I want to show another live version, and this just shows how this song and this band really, despite going through a phase, I think, where everybody were like, oh God, they're just another two-chord band and blah, blah, blah. They really had a strong tradition in music and rock music. And again, this opening track with the little motif at the beginning, I think it's just, see if you can hear it, and I'll point it out this time, and I'll tell you what it relates to. You probably heard that ding, 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 which was on the previous video as well, as they open their set. It's actually a little motif from Pictures of Matchstick Men, which was the track we started with. So I wanted to bring it full circle. I'm sure many Status Quo fans already knew that. This gig was at Glastonbury in 2009. Glastonbury is where the cool set go. It's a long weekend festival every year in the UK. And for Status Quo to be playing this in 2009 is incredible. And just watch the crowd reaction to this track. All the links to these videos are in the description. There's also the link to the Live Aid concert from 1985. And that's where I saw Status Quo. They opened Live Aid in Wembley in London. And Caroline was, I think, the second track that they played after, starting with Rockin' All Over the World. It's a great track. It's such a great intro from one of the legendary rock rhythm guitarists, Rick Parfitt. Francis Rossi continues with Status Quo even today. Different lineups, obviously. But a great, great band. And using that little motif from their early days. They never forgot their past. Good old London boys. Thank you so much for watching.